Hiya, obviously it's Susan here again, and thanks for tuning in. It's Sunday, the 10th of November at 1:15 in the afternoon UK time. Um, as I've said before, I'm really guilty of thinking something to talk about and then forgetting it. So that's sometimes why there's such a long gap um, in between times. But this time I'll try and keep it short. Well, I would have done, except another headline popped up just as I was switching on, which might be important to this as well. Anyway, the first thing that occurred to me, and I've spoken about the Brit Royals before, um, is that apparently Prince of Wales, William, has decided to continue his duties, but with a lowercase r at Royals instead of an uppercase r at Royals. Now, this might, there's his narrative. He doesn't want to be seen as so important, blah, blah, blah. I want to be a man of the people. So there's all this palaver, the narrative, the falseness, the let's pretend that I'm doing it for the goodness of my heart. But I think it's significant that he's dropping from uppercase to lowercase. But more importantly, it's happened just 2 days after Trump gets elected, or was it now, whatever number of days after Trump gets elected. We remember when, what was it, I can't even remember years now, it's all becoming a big fuzz in my head. But a couple of years before dear old Queenie passed away, or maybe days before she passed away, apparently years before she passed away, Trump was visiting her. So this must have been, 6 years ago or so? And he walked in front of her. Now, that in itself was recognised as being significant because nobody walked in front of the Queen. She was the most important person, but he was taking his place in front of her. And it was shortly after that when we seemed to see that she was changing a wee bit. Anyway, now, of course, with so much happening, and I have to say that I have never, I mean, I'm going to be 69 next month, so I'm not young. I've never been a royalist, mind you, so it may well be that things have been happening in the past that I haven't noticed. But considering the age that the Queen Mother got to before she kicked it, and Philip before he kicked it, and the Queen before she kicked it, I've never known so many cases of cancer. Oh, I think I've just had another orb or something come down the back of me there. I'll look back later. Anyway, that was at 3 minutes 15 into the. I digress, and every time I stop, it lengthens the video. Sorry about that, folks. Anyway, I have never known so many cases. We had Fergie with her skin cancer. We had Charles with his prostate. We've had Kate with something, and it's gone on for an awfully long time, considering the royal treatment she would have been getting. But then you makes you ask, just as I've said that, I wonder what the royal treatment actually is. So, and then, of course, recently we've now got poor the Queen with a chest infection. Oh, maybe she didn't get a pneumonia jab. But anyway, she couldn't even attend the cenotaph. And how long does that take? It's not that cold to be standing about with a bit of a chest infection. So, yeah, there's a lot happening to take them off the scene recently, and now they're dropping the uppercase R to lowercase r in the word royal. See, I've become cynical in my old age, especially the last 4 years. I don't trust anybody. Anyway, the other thing that occurred just as I was switching on was a headline. Again, I don't read the news. I don't watch telly. I don't listen to the radio news. I don't even have a TV license. And therefore I stick very closely to what is required. I wouldn't cheat on it. No, I want to. I mean, I don't want to watch it, hence the reason I didn't bother paying my whatever number of quids it is for a TV license. Anyway, this headline, while Whitehall, um, ministers and their secretaries and governing body, Whitehall considering lots of different scenarios amid tariff fears, says Minister. And basically, with Trump having announced that he would be setting tariffs on imported goods as much as 10% or 60% from China. And it's got the British government worried about how much this is going to impact on them and so on. Personally, I'm thinking, what on earth do we export to America that they don't have themselves? And to be honest, if I was an American, I'd say, yeah, that's going to make jobs for us. So let's hope this is a knock-on effect across the board. But what on earth do we export to America in sufficient quantities that it's going to impact our economy? Oh dear, maybe we're going to have to stop giving billions to the Ukraine or billions to Rwanda or giving away all this extra money abroad. And oh dear, that would be terrible. But anyway, so yet again, this is a knock-on effect from Trump's election. And personally, I hope that the changes he's going to make are going to ripple across the rest of the Western world that is more heavily impacted. Of course, Germany, it looks as though Germany are heading for an election in, was it February or March, because of a vote of no confidence that's gone on. Dear old Castro, the Canadian version, looks as though he's got a vote of no confidence coming up. There's riots in Amsterdam. We've got Belgium taken to task Gates over the falsification of the effects of the so we've got all of this happening. But I would like to think that the White Hat operation, which is now going to kick off in the States, and thank you very much to anybody in the States who voted, because you're not only affecting what's happening in your country, but you're having a positive knock on in ours and in many of the Western, and maybe across the world. Let's hope, fingers crossed, that we end up getting something positive out of this and stop the corruption and so on. But for the Brits now to be worried about their royals and drop the big R that we are, and to start worrying about tariffs, then fingers crossed that things are going to be positive. So I really want to thank any Americans watching for effecting a change across the world. And thank you for watching this. As I've said before, this channel is not monetized, so you don't need to think that I'm here trying to make money out of these wee comments. But if you think that there's anything here that may well get a discussion elsewhere, then by all means pass it on. And I do like to see your comments underneath. But I'm not going to keep you any longer. Live, love, but most of all, be happy. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.